Now, a little while ago, I was going to tell a story about David Jones from the Monkees, um, and there are kind of two versions of the story. One is the real one, and one's the urban legend. And seeing I am more familiar with the urban legend, I'll tell you that one. When my brother-in-law gets here, I might be able to get him to tell the true story, which is probably not as entertaining, but who knows. Anyway, my brother-in-law was in a band, and they did quite well, and they even had a record out, and they played in local pubs. And one night they went out to play at one of our local biker pubs. It's a real biker pub, Harley hanging over the bar, Hells Angels, bikers of all sorts there, and they do a lot of live music, different sorts. So my brother-in-law and the other members of the band got there, but the singer was held up. And so they jokingly said, well, we could get this show on the road if somebody can sing. And somebody in the audience put their hands up and said, well, I've got a mate here, and he can sing, but he can only sing monkey songs. And we said, monkey songs? Songs from the Monkees, 1960s, the Monkees. Oh well, said people in the band, we can quite easily play songs from the Monkees. So if he wants to come up and get ready, we can figure out what songs he wants to sing and we'll play. Now they were a little bit worried because they're in a biker pub. I mean, British bikers are a funny lot, and very funny about their music, and I think they were a little bit worried about how songs from the 60s and particularly the Monkees would go down. But this guy got up from where he was sitting and he walked up to the stage, and it was very, very quiet. And I think my brother-in-law looked and said, excuse me, but you don't half look like Davy Jones. And he said, that's because I am. And that was a shock, because you don't expect to see Davy Jones at a biker pub in Fareham, Hampshire, England. But there you go. It seems that he owns a ranch there, and his wife had come from Fareham. So in fact, she had her baby in the same hospital as me 3 months later. And anyway, we'll get back to the story. So they started to play some monkey songs, but I think that Davy Jones thought it would be best if they played something a little bit different, so they did play just general songs until the singer from the band turned up. And all in all, it was quite an amazing evening, because my brother-in-law's band had played with quite famous people at different places all around England, and even some quite famous bands quite liked them. And so it was nice to be able to actually have a sing-along with Davy Jones. I don't know what songs they sung, but I'm sure he'll be able to tell me. And I just thought it was really kind of a cute thing, and a cute little story, that how sometimes people are just so nice, and it seemed that Davy Jones was really nice that night, and it all turned out to be a really nice evening. So this is my guppy tank, two of the females from my big tank are in here. They were on death's door. You can see one's still not 100%, but they're doing a lot better in here. They've been in here about a week now, so I got them out quite a while before my tank fell sick. So I've got some males and females in here that I may have to keep until I know what's happening with my other two big tanks. But there's quite a lot of fish in here actually.